there, welcome to Trying Her Best. My name is Sarah and I'm a girl who likes to try things. I really don't know a whole lot. I am just your average everyday girl who lives in Phoenix, Arizona right now, and I discovered that there's a huge world out there that I want to try new things. Let's start with video 1, which is today. Yesterday, I was with my dog and I'm hanging out and I'm like, gosh, I would really love to go do like a little mini day trip and see what's going on around Arizona. So I looked it up, kind of Googled in, top 10 things, kept seeing the Apache Trail. That one you kind of drive in your car, so I was like, all right, cool, don't have to get in my car. My dog loves car rides, so perfect. It said on there 4-hour round trip, so geared up, didn't eat, figured I'll just grab something on the way. I grabbed some water, threw my dog in the car, and headed out. It was an interesting experience. I wouldn't say disaster, but I definitely learned a lot along the way. So the Apache Trail is this amazing, beautiful, scenic drive. Couple things that I should have noticed on there. It said, does not recommend RVs for the whole thing. There is unpaved parts, and I didn't really, think much of that. Cut to about 2 hours in. I'm careening down the side of a mountain. Well, I'm not careening. I'm shifted into low gear, foot on the brake, hands tightly gripped on the steering wheel as I look down to see like crazy drops. Was not super excited about that. I am terrified of heights. So that was quite the adventure for me. Not to mention it's monsoon season in Arizona, so that means like the rain can start like that and it will flash flood. So cut to another, oh gosh, I made that down. It took me probably like 20 minutes to get down like 5 miles. Maybe longer. It felt like an eternity. I was terrified the entire time. Boris, though, my dog, windows down, loving it, not realizing like we were like inches from death. So we get down there, we make it through, and I'm still going and going. I have no service at this time, so a little bonus thing on that. Once you get to the unpaved part, you're not going to have a whole lot of service. So make sure you have music downloaded to your thing. You're going to be driving in silence and enjoying the beautiful sound of the wind coming through there and your dog's tongue going like, you get to appreciate all of that down once you get into the canyon. So I was driving a little bit further, and finally I got a little bit of service. I kind of see this like marina off in the distance, and I'm like, oh, maybe I'm almost there. And then it was, look at the GPS, and it's like, oh, you got about another hour till Roosevelt. And we're about 2 hours, 2.5 hours already in. So I'm like, wait a minute. So then I like decide, I'm looking at storm clouds. I'm looking at my gas gauge. I'm like, this is not good. But a part of me was like, I don't want to go back up that mountain. It's so scary. But, at the end of the day, you kind of have to evaluate and say, like, I don't also want to get caught in a flash flood. When I'm in the middle of what feels like nowhere, I don't want to run out of gas, especially with spotty service. Don't want to run out of gas or pop a tire. This dirt road was real rough, and I'm going to be real honest, I was over it. Not a huge fan of dirt roads. Certainly not a huge fan of like being on a dirt road for hours. Like I'm cool with like 10 minutes. But about 45 minutes into the dirt road and it was like, I'm like, no, fuck this. I'm done. I'm over it. I will go up that side of that mountain. I will get back to the paved road and I will go. So, if I had to give an overall rating for the Apache Trail, for myself, I'm going to go like 3.5 stars out of 10. Yeah, I go 10. I don't care. Ratings are an arbitrary number. I enjoyed it about 35%. And a big reason why is because of those goddamn dirt roads. And also, like, really not knowing, like, not preparing, like, and knowing how long the trail was. Like I said, 4 hours round trip. Because we as humans are egocentric, I definitely thought they meant like 4 hours from my house. No, the trail is about 4 hours. if you're not like crawling down the side of the mountain because you're terrified, and you have a little bit like because my Rogue is not all-wheel drive, or it's front-wheel drive. It's not four-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, none of that. So, you know, I had to be extra super careful to not get stuck or anything like that. So, definitely not the best thing. But hey, I tried it. And I'm one of those people that once I try something, I have to learn from it. So, I learned a couple things. Boom. Oh, you can't see that because I wrote it and it's not backwards. Maybe I can flip this around. I'll just go like this. Talk about be smart. Number 1, I learned to be smart about spontaneity. Spontaneity does not mean being like stupid. Like you think about like being spontaneous, like, you know, there's being brave and trying new things, like jumping out of a plane. It's not something you can do spontaneously. No, not unless you want to get tased by an air marshal and probably throat punched by a stewardess if you try to jump out of a plane. That's not something that you can just do spontaneously. You have to have like a parachute and a plan, and you have to, you know, kind of know what you're doing, maybe have a buddy. So, if I could do it over again, I would definitely bring a buddy other than my dog. I love my dog to death, but would have it eased some of that anxiety and that fear as I'm, you know, going down the side of the mountain, maybe let them drive that part, or even as I encountered cars, like in the middle of nowhere, being like a single woman, going out there, especially when you watch the news and you see people disappearing all the time, like, you know, and they were just going out for a run or a jog. I'm not trying to go down like that. I got a long life that I want to live and lots more stuff to try. So being a little bit smarter about that, and having someone with me, maybe a little bit more protection. And then also filling up my gas tank, because I had like 3/4 a tank, maybe a little bit less. Definitely not enough to do the Apache Trail with confidence. Maybe even having like renting a different car to do it, like maybe, you know, like a Jeep or something. Looking at the actual trail map would have definitely like given me some preemptive. But on the other hand, I'm glad that I didn't. I'm glad that I just went and looked at it. I came across this weird place called Tortilla Flat that had like a hanging effigy. So Tortilla Flat, maybe not in 2018. You know, we don't hang people. Let's take that down. You don't need it. It's weird. It's a weird thing. It was very problematic for me. And also kind of gave me those weird vibes, especially because I'm by myself. So just a couple notes. I'm sure those people in Tortilla Flat are definitely checking out my YouTube channel. But it's super, you know, it was kind of cute. So I didn't know that existed, and I didn't know that people still kind of rolled like that with their little hanging effigies. It's not necessary. I don't care who it is being hanged. Let's take it down. Anyways, so I learned you got to be smart about spontaneity. You can't just pick up and go sometimes. Sometimes you can. Like if you're going to like Sedona, you can pick up and go to Sedona. I mean, it's a town. It's civilized. But if you're going to be going on like the Apache Trail that like is in the middle of Tonto National Forest, be a little smarter. Pack some water. The next thing is bring snacks. Bring snacks. I feel like that is like anything you want to try new. That might be like every time I post a video, it's going to say number 2, bring snacks. Because I love snacks. And I was feeling real peckish about hour 2.5. So that probably did not help as I'm like careening down the side of a mountain being like, yeah, and you know what? I had Burger King, so I'm not full. Now I'm hungry because I have fast food, and I'm feeling pretty bad about having fast food. So not a huge fan of the zero snack situation. My dog had treats, so he was covered, but like for me, I need snacks. Oh, speaking of my dog and being smart, I didn't even bring him a leash. Yeah, didn't bring him a leash. Luckily, I did bring his harness because I thought we were going to go around hiking. We didn't because he didn't have his leash. And it has like this, like probably about this long, like tether thing. So I was able to like take him out and go to the bathroom on it at least. But yeah, wasn't very smart about that. Didn't bring snacks, didn't bring a leash. Number 3, enjoy the scenery. You have to enjoy the scenery. So the reason why, I mean, to be honest, maybe it's like 45% enjoyed myself. I love nature and I love Arizona. So So nature-wise, scenery-wise, I'm going to give it like an 8.5 out of 10. And I'm not going to give it a 10 because there were no waterfalls. And I like a waterfall. Okay, so I am. But I mean, you come over that first mountain and you are looking down at Canyon Lake, and it's just gorgeous. And then Apache, I think it's Apache Lake. But I think it might just be Canyon Lake that I'm thinking of. But anyways, like even when you're in those ravines and we're like, you know, when the snowfall melts and it turns into creeks, like right now it's just flora and fauna. It's like trees, and it's just so gorgeous. Like all of the scenery, it was just breathtaking. You know, I think that one of the coolest things about Arizona and what I was really excited about is that you can drive from like this urban city and then 2 hours away in any direction from Phoenix, you're going to find just, I mean, gorgeous vistas and canyons and colors and flowers. And didn't see a lot of wildlife. I did see 2 little lizards that were trying not to get run over. They like zipped it across the road, so good on them. No dead lizards. But yeah, and probably the time of day, and also like with the monsoons coming, I think all the animals were like, yeah, let's not be outdoors. I don't know why this crazy girl in a robe is outdoors, but it's time to be inside. But yeah, so enjoy the scenery. Whatever you're doing, and you're trying it, there's always something like amazing to learn. There's always something amazing to look around and see. So that's the Apache Trail. I tried it. I did not succeed. Maybe I'll try it again. And that maybe is about like a 3%. And it's only because I hate dirt roads. And I don't know that I can do like another 2 hours of just boo, 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 boo. Like, I can't do it. I don't like it. That's who I am. I'm not going to apologize for it. I will try other adventures with dirt roads, but I've seen enough Apache Dirt Road. But if you have any tips on how to do the Apache Trail right besides my 3, love to hear them. Comment below and let me know new things that you think I should try. I think maybe one of the next new things is maybe taking a kickboxing class. So we'll talk about that. I'm not very coordinated and I'm not very punchy. Boop, boop. But I'm going to try it and we're going to see how it goes. So I'm excited to share all my adventures and all the things that I try. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.